Merchant Marine Academy. We're bouncing back between rowing and Merchant Marine Academy, but the Merchant Marine Academy it sounds like it produces some key individuals that are supporting our country's interests.
Yeah,
and our as we ferry products across the Atlantic and the Pacific. Is that correct?
Yeah. No, it's a huge deal for national security. I think like it's about 2/3 of the graduates go into the Merchant Marine maritime industry. Working
Right.
on ships.
Mm-hmm.
Third mates, third
Mm-hmm.
engineers,
Mm-hmm.
ship's officers, basically like
Yeah.
either in charge of the deck,
Mm-hmm.
the navigation of the ship, or the engine room, and that type of thing.
And they're
and you
working.
get a Coast Guard license. You have to take like a Coast Guard license exam, and so that's about 2/3 of the graduates go work on our merchant ships. Which there's a thing called the Jones Act, which is it mandates that a certain number of ships are built in the U.S. and crewed by U.S. Mariners, which is more expensive, right? So like.
Yep.
Over the years, we've kind of gotten away from that as a maritime industry because it's cheaper to like flag a ship in a foreign country and hire foreign labor. They just typically most countries like don't pay their seafarers and their mariners as much as we do in the U.S. And there's fewer regulations and things like that. So seems like a thing that positive thing this administration is focusing on is like bringing more shipbuilding, more trying to produce more, mariners domestically, which is a huge national security concern because if there was ever a conflict, we have all these ships that a lot of people don't realize, like it's like the ready reserve fleet, right? Where if we need to mobilize and take a bunch of stuff overseas for whatever reason, that's how it would happen. You would mobilize all these ships, and reservists, a lot of like Navy reservists would work on the ships to get that stuff where it needs to go.
Right.
Like in any war, any conflict, a lot of the stuff travels by sea, because it's super expensive and it's not all that much room on an airplane. Right.
Right.
But on ships, you take a ton of stuff, economy of scale. So that's a big deal. And then about 1/3 of the graduates go active duty in the military, which is what I did. So like, I think the product that taxpayers get for their money is about as good of a return on investment as you can ask for as a taxpayer, in my opinion. So,
and where did you go to pilot training?
Texas, Laughlin.
That's exactly where I went.
Oh, you were in Del Rio too? Yeah. What year did you graduate?
Did you go out to eat at Julio's? Was that across the street?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that place will never close. Yeah, great chips. Great chips.
I know there's a lot of MSG in those chips, though.
Oh, yeah. That's what makes it so tasty. Yeah, it's a secret ingredient.
I got to look. I think I was
11, 14, so I graduated in 2011.
11, 14. Okay. I want to say I was was I 02?
Sure. 2002. Okay.
Maybe I was later in 2002. But yeah.
So you were probably 02, 15 or 16 or something.
I think maybe 02, 16 sounds
I
about
graduated in September. So I was the 14th, class of 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, after college, went to I was super lucky, got a pilot training spot in the Air Force, and went to Laughlin, beautiful Del Rio by the sea.
I remember it. Yeah.
You like to say.
So they say Del Rio by the sea because everyone thinks it's on the ocean?
I don't know, or maybe it's because of Lake Amistad is right there. It's actually a really nice lake, like surprisingly nice lake.
So they think border town, so they're like, "Oh yeah, great, it's on the ocean." And
I think it's a joke because it's nowhere near the ocean. So people just say like beautiful scenic Del Rio by the sea, which it's not a bad place, but definitely not the most exciting town when you're like 22.
No, but did they have a marina at Lake Amistad?
There's like an Air Force, or at least there used to be an Air Force marina there. I heard they closed it.
Really?
But they had boats you could rent.
Yeah, I remember.
I had a boat. My boat that I grew up with. I took it down there.
You did?
During pilot training. So yeah, on the weekends we would go out on the lake on Lake Amistad. It was great.